Hi everybody, Stefan here from the Little Older channel, and today I want to show you the Kershaw Duojet. I'm very excited about this review, not just because of the knife, but because I've finally bought a new computer and it arrived today, because when I changed to 4K with the video format, my old computer that wasn't even that old, that was more or less bought because of a mistake or misinformation, really had a trouble keeping up. But now I've got a Ryzen 2700X with a 1080 GTX graphics card, so basically the best specs you can have unless you're going pro. So I'm currently very happy and looking forward to editing this video. So let's check out what we have here. We have a very nice design with some carbon fiber. Of course, these are, I think, laminates, but they feel nice. I mean, nice like a sticker does. I like the overall design of this knife. I really do, and that was the reason I bought it. The Duojet 8300. Otherwise, it's just the run-in-the-mill speedsafe 8CR13 MOV blade, but this one also has a very nice clip point that I enjoy. Also, we finally have some thumbstuds again, although I would have appreciated them more without the speedsafe. We do have a full frame lock here, but let's do the specs first. We have a total length of 7.75 inches, which means 19.7 centimeters. We have a blade length of 3¼ inch, which means 8.3 centimeters, and that must mean that we have a closed length of 4.5 inches, which is 11.4 centimeters. And like I previously said, we have an 8CR13 MOV steel, and this one is coated in some carbon, nitrate, whatever, to keep it fresh for a bit longer. But I think this is really only against rust, and since this is a stainless steel, this is very tough to read white on a gray surface. But it basically just says 8CR13 MOV and Kai patented. This knife does nowhere on it say its own name. This is kind of very sad, kind of a child that's, you know, where I was going with that. By the way, I hope the audio is okay, because I'm going with my good mic that I found under the table again, and it has been repaired for the third time now. I mean, the outer things that you can repair on a microphone. I can't go in there and do anything technical about it. But as for this knife, like I said, we have a 3¼ blade, which is very common these days, but I really like the clip point. I very seldom get one of those, and this knife is supposed to be $49.95 SRP, but the real price is $30 on Knife Center. In Europe it was 55 euro to buy this, so there you can see the price difference between Europe and the United States. It's really a knife like the Clash that costs $25, usually costs about 50 to 55 euros, which is about $60. So you pay more than twice for what you pay in the States. Let's check out how the frame locks here. And since we can see that well, I will change the lighting this month actually, finally. We will use a light, but not such a bright light. Here you can see it pretty well. It has, yeah, it's about half of the lock, so 50%, which is a good I like 50% in the frame lock, and this one really feels sturdy, but no problem getting it back down, so no lock rock or anything like that. Let's check out the weight. So let's first check it in grams. That's 138.1 and that's 4.87 ounces. So you should know what that means. I don't, but it's 138 grams. And that means it's not the lightest one. Let's check out if they did some milling in. No, they didn't. I just saw that even you can see it here without any lighting. They didn't mill out anything inside. Now, finally, let's check out how well it's centered. Let's use our light once more, but it's actually centered really well. It's actually not that, it's a little bit to the left, but not too bad. It's like 10% to the left or half, well, 1 millimeter or so, but it looks worse on the picture because because it's so little room to maneuver inside there. But I would still give it a passing grade. Let's check out some cutting footage now. So as you could see, a very capable knife. By the way, the pocket clip is my only gripe about this knife because it's tipped down, which is really no longer done. And also you can't move it at all. You do have a nice lanyard hole, which they even mention in their statement about this. It's more like an apology, but they mentioned that you have a one position, no change available pocket clip, but I didn't think when I read that before ordering the knife that it's tipped down. I mean, I see very badly and I don't finish reading such sentences. When it says one side, I think it's okay, this is tip up, enough reading for me, because every word is hard because I see so little. But the knife itself has been a great experience so far, and like you saw from the cutting footage, it's a very capable knife, and I really like the thumbstuds. This is a good knife, especially for the price. Let's do some size comparisons here while we still have it. The CRKT Jettison, which is the first prize of our little giveaway we have currently running here. Or I mean, I don't know if it's the first prize, because the second prize would be a pretty expensive flashlight, so I don't know which the winner chooses. By the way, if you haven't entered, just look a few videos back. There is a giveaway currently running until August 20th. But this one, yeah, if you align them correctly, it seems they are both exactly 3.25 inches long, and it's very funny to have here the exact opposites to a clip point. Those would be very similar if you turned this one around, kind of like that disparity. And of course, we can never and shall never forget about the Inkosi Large, because this is the center of my collection and will remain so, even though there are many better knives and I own many better knives. As you can see, it's a bit longer at 3.5 or 3.6 inches, but they made good use of their backspace. I mean Chris Reeve did, because it's hardly any longer than this knife. And if we check here, they use it to the very end. But let's check out one more knife. And here from the great Natrix video, the Natrix has a guest spot which is also 3.25 inches long. Check out this review if you haven't. That's very awesome. And I even say that about myself, and you know how humble I am. But this one is a very interesting knife also, but not this version, but the other one I actually carry around with me, which is the reason I have this version to show you right now. So as you could see, it is the standard currently 3.25 inch knives. Another one here is the Deadline from Kershaw Knives. It seems 3.25 is the current standard which they go by. I did order another knife which you'll see very soon. I'm really looking forward to it. But today we're talking about this, the Kershaw Duojet. I don't know how they arrived at this name honestly, but it is an in-house design, and like I said, for the price it's really a nice get, and not a lot you can say against it, except the minor misalignment of the centering, but I think you can get rid of that. Aside from that, all is well. Give me a thumbs up, that really helps the channel a lot. And as I said, if you haven't subscribed already, please do, because those subscriber numbers are really important, and you will be notified if there's a new video if you click on the bell icon too. Otherwise you just see it in your subscription feed. But why am I telling you how to use YouTube? Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye bye.